Hi, my name is Konrad Wilk. Have you ever been thinking of how many people do not live their own life? That they have only a limited access to their personal potential, what reduces the quality of their life and the results they achieve? Quantum physicists, sages, people of success, they all have no doubts that personal development is the most crucial aim of our life journey. And if it's conducted in a wise way, its effects turn into a success in every aspect of our life. Causes are inside of you. Outside in your life, you only experience effects. But your life is made of causes. Not many people are aware of this fact. Most of them simply want to be happy. But unconscious aiming at such an inaccurate target mostly ends up with a failure. I'm sure you also know a lot of people who struggle with their lives because they have lost the key to their personal potential. I grow with passion to be able to answer the vital needs of people. With enthusiasm, love and wisdom, through writing, speaking and coaching, I help all those people who really want to make an investment in their personal and professional success for themselves and for other people. Unconscious life is not worth living it through. If you happen to think you are not a target of my words, be careful. There is a strong possibility that you only defend the untrue image of yourself. Your human ability to self-persuade that the muddy puddle you sit at is just gorgeous, delightfully rustling sea is unbelievable. You don't have to be a coach or a therapist to make other people's life better. Whatever you do with passion, enthusiasm, courage, love, has got the positive potential to influence other people's lives. If you live with consciousness, you are unable to hurt anybody. As I told you before, my mission is to help all those people who really want to get an access to their potential and make their success come true. I have no ambition to drag anybody in that direction. I am okay with the fact that most of the people will not let themselves open their consciousness eyes in order to see their success awaiting them. I am for those who want to. If you want to, it's also you who I've devoted my life for. I have spent many years discovering the processes, mechanisms and strategies that influence the quality of human life in a good way. If you want to, it's also you who I've created my True You program for. Thanks to this program, you don't have to wander about in your life anymore, but you can discover your authenticity and based on it, build a conscious personal brand. True You program has been growing inside of me for many years. It came to me with a metaphor that is truly connected with my own life's experience. It is also coherent to the True You program structure. I would like to share my metaphor with you. But before I do it, I want to say just a few words about the structure of the program. So it consists of two major stages. The first stage, the inner part of the process, is called personal authenticity process, and it consists of 3 steps. I call them discover, meet and uncover. And there is also the second stage, the outer stage of the program that I called self-success structure. And there are also 3 steps in it. They are specify, announce, and serve. And here comes the metaphor. I would like you to sit comfortably, relax, close your eyes if you want, and join me for an adventurous journey. Are you ready? Let's go then. Step 1. Discover. You leave a place well known that you got used to. You are afraid, but at the same time you are curious and excited. You can smell the adventure coming. You cannot wait to find the treasure that you've been waiting for your whole life. So you let yourself get ready. You pack your bag and you make the first step. You let yourself move and your consciousness eyes start opening. You leave a harbor and you find yourself on the open sea. You are impressed with the endless space surrounding you. With your consciousness eyes wide open, you make it to reach the island where your treasure is hidden. First step makes you reconsider the ideas about yourself and other people. It helps you to create a profile of your personality. You can see what other people feel and think about you. And you make a list of people you admire in order to decode their strategies of success. You also take off your masks to get to know the authentic yourself. And now you are ready for the second step that I called meet. So again, let's go back to the metaphor. Close your eyes and imagine that you are there on the island. You find a cave, you look inside and you see that it's not easy to go down the cave. It's even more difficult to take your treasure out of the cave. You may expect surprising traps, coded hints, misleading signs on your way down the cave. You may even find a watchman who protects the treasure. The watchman may give you challenging tasks in order to check whether you deserve the treasure or not. You may need to strengthen yourself before you meet your shadow that fills the cave with darkness. You cannot possess your treasure until you meet the shadow. But if you make it, you can take the treasure out of the cave to the sun. If you make it, you can finally open the chest and bring your treasure back to life. The second step is to discover your unconscious beliefs, because your unconscious beliefs influence every aspect of your life. What you decide, what you see, what you achieve, everything. That's why you need to neutralize the limiting beliefs and strengthen the supporting ones. Everything begins with unconscious beliefs, and everything may end up because of them. That's what I find the second step of the first stage, the most important part of the whole process. But when you do it, you are ready for step number 3. I called it uncover. So close your eyes again, use your imagination, you're back on the island, and you've got your treasure in front of you. You look at it and you keep thinking of what it is. Why is it yours? How can you use it? What is so special about it? The liberation comes with the answers. You start feeling the connection. You become one with your treasure. And now you understand. Coherent thoughts and feelings bring peace and wisdom. You can see the map easily. And now you can not only see the map, but also the light of a lighthouse that makes a shiny path on the peaceful waters of the sea. Now you know which way to go. Good energy comes out of you, bringing you the ability for a powerful action. The third step gives you a chance to uncover your life's mission and vision. I find it the most important task of your whole life. The earlier you do it, the better. If you don't do it, you live accidentally. Growing your self-consciousness is very important, but it's not enough to gain a success. You need to plan your goals, but plans are also not enough. Remember, even the best concept left without action is just a mirage. That's why you need to dive into action with enthusiasm, engagement, motivation and courage. And that's what I've created the second stage of True You program for. And here it comes, your self-success structure. Self-success structure is devoted to build a conscious personal brand and to let it live. As far as you remember, the first step of the second stage is called specify. I would like you to close your eyes again and imagine that there is an enormous treasure inside of you. You know it, you can feel it. And new questions come to you. How can you share your treasure with other people? Who are they? What do they need? What do they value? How can you find them? The first step gives you a chance to share your treasure with others. That's why you need to identify your target group, to find your ideal client, find out what your specialization is, and create the promise of your brand. If you got it, you are ready to tell the people about yourself. And that's when comes the second step that I called announce. And I would like to start with a short story that comes out from my own life experience. Once I've invited my girlfriend for a long journey to India. Before the trip, I went to a jeweler's shop. Yeah, maybe I should say that I entered a cave in which I met my shadow in order to take the treasure out of the cave. Never mind. Ever since I met her, I knew I would ask her the question. Ever since I met her, I knew I would ask her the question there, at Taj Mahal, the symbol of man's love to a woman. And I did so. And she said yes. Since that unforgettable sunrise, every day we take care to greet the sun, enjoy it, and say goodbye to it together with gratitude. Why am I telling you this story at this particular moment? Because it's not enough to know your target group. You have to announce your offer. You have to Let the people know who you are, what you stand for, how you can fulfill their needs. If you want them to choose you, you need to uncover your authenticity and based on it build a clear, coherent and influential image of yourself. Prepare a professional identification of your brand and choose such communication channels so that you could communicate with the people from your target group. Let them know about your promise so that they know what they can expect from you. And here comes the time for the final step of the whole process and third step of stage number 2. I called it serve. So everything you've done so far brought you to this moment. Now you are ready for a powerful action. You've got your plans and you start doing what you are prepared to do. When does your promise make sense? When you make it come true for those people who need you and your service. Promise less and do more. If you do so, they will come to you, they will stay with you, they will be coming back to you, and they will be recommending you to others. After you come through the whole True program, you are ready to reach the levels of success that are way beyond your expectations. And this is why I invite you again to use your imagination. Close your eyes and imagine that you are there. Your success comes. Look at yourself. Who are you? Look around. Where are you? See it with details. Imagine that you've gotten access to your personal potential. You influence other people's lives in a positive way. How do they feel about it? How do you feel about yourself? Let your imagination proceed. What becomes possible? Take your time. Enjoy it. Okay? So you may slowly open up your eyes. Take a deep breath. True You program is for those who are not satisfied with mediocrity. Personal development based on True You program opens the doors to a fascinating world of countless possibilities. Don't be afraid of your potential greatness. Invest in yourself to discover your authenticity and based on it build a conscious personal brand. You are the most valuable, the safest, the highest rated, the most precious, and the most appropriate investment of your life. Be sure that discovering your authenticity and building a conscious personal brand can be the most beautiful and the most rewarding adventure of your life that you may ever experience. With gratitude, responsibility and passion, take advantage of the greatest gift that you have ever been given, your life. Make yourself come true.